CNBC had an article out today about crypto influencers. Are they up and up, or are they just down and dirty? Very interesting article about several different ones that are out there. I'm gonna go over to that article and a couple other articles, including crypto dick butts and how are they doing out there incredibly well. Let me give you the hint up front. Welcome to OG Crypto and NFTs. My name is Troy, and every day, Monday through Saturday, we go over the latest news in NFTs and in digital assets. Now, before we jump into this, hit that subscribe button. Let's jump right to getting a big base here out there. Yes, I am new on it. I've been around for quite a while. Yes, I have been taken down and I've lost quite a lot of money in this space. I've learned a lot, and I'm going to give you that knowledge so you don't run into some of the same mistakes I have run into in crypto and NFTs. Let's jump right into it. Here is one of the biggest mistakes you can run into, and I've said this on many occasions. I tweet this out on my Twitter account, the OG Crypto and NFTs Twitter account. Some social media influencers are being paid thousands to endorse cryptocurrency projects. I really didn't know this when I jumped into the industry, and usually the first place you jump into without knowledge is you talk to a friend or a neighbor or a relative, and they have some information, but they have limited knowledge on it. So what do? You go search it for, oh, there's YouTube, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, and then you start listening to people. But what happens though, unfortunately, is when you listen to them, you start to really believe in what they're saying because they have more experience than you. But you just don't do your own research. Now, some of them say, yes, do your own research. And I'm excited about, doing it, but a lot of times you start reading it and you just don't understand it, and then you end up drifting back to that influencer. Well, a lot of those influencers now we're finding out are being paid on the back end. So whether they believe in the project or not, they're getting paid. And the worst type of them is the ones that not only get paid, they get paid in cash, as well as get paid in that cryptocurrency. So not only can they shill it, but they shill it, say, oh, I got a bag of it, but they're not telling you that the bag came free from the actual advertiser. And this is really bad. I'm looking back at several different influencers in the past, and I'm looking at some of the stuff that they talked about. And even today, after Luna went down, I know 2 influencers that pushed Luna like it was nothing, like it was crazy. And then you find out that they had bought in a bag back when it was 1 or 2 cents, and then they've been pushing all the way up to 120. And then even when there's negative information that's out there about Do Kwon, what happens? They suppress that information. I know right now that I've gone over on several different occasions that Solana has had major problems, but still there's a few influencers out there shilling it. And then just lately came out where several brothers on the Solana network, they were developers, and they decided to go ahead and duplicate themselves over and over, meaning they had fake names, they had they're fake developers, and then they just pushed up the value of the network. And that network went all the way up to $250. Yet I still haven't heard this from influencers that keep pushing Solana. Now, I do know from influencers that actually come around and tell me or say to everybody that this is the news and that this isn't good and they won't touch it. But I wouldn't touch it. No, nor would a developer touch would touch Solana, who actually cannot keep themselves live all the time. They're unreliable, and they're just not secure. They're unsecure on top of that. So with that being said, I love that CNBC said it. This is about Ben Armstrong, one of the YouTube crypto influencers. I actually like Ben. I mean, some of the things he says is outrageous, but he did come clean back in January saying he was being paid and that he had stopped all of that, and he felt bad about it, and that any of the YouTube money that he received on a monthly basis, he would give back to the people, actually gave back to his NFT collection, Pluto Alliance. Next article. Something that has been fudded now for a long time on Twitter and some influencers as well. They've been saying Coinbase is going to go insolvent, to pull your money off Coinbase. Now, it's not recommended to put any of your crypto and keep it on exchanges, but Coinbase seems to be pretty locked in here. I know they took a $1.1 billion loss in the second quarter, but a lot of companies do. I haven't seen FTX or Crypto.com or Binance's, second quarter earnings. Why? Because they're not US based. So they don't have to actually, come out and give out earnings. We don't know what they've done. We don't know if they're got crushed as well. They could be plush of cash, but that doesn't mean that they lost $1 billion. So I don't like that, people are piling onto Coinbase because they can actually see the information versus the other crypto exchanges they can't. But they have enough cash to survive. They reported having $5.68 billion in green cash and cash equivalents at the end of the quarter, and then holds 500 million in Circle stablecoins, USDC, so they had $6.2 billion in cash. Now they have 5.6. We're not seeing that, in a bear market. I think they're pretty solid. Next article, U.S. IRS comes after clients of another crypto exchange. It's people, the IRS just hired, well, if the bill passes, the what is it? Inflation. Yeah, it's not reduction. Acceleration Act. We'll call it the Inflation Acceleration Act. Well, they're accelerating 86,000 more employees of the IRS. And the IRS came out and said that they were going to be used to go figure out your crypto, where you're hiding it, because they think that you're misrepresenting it on your income taxes. So guys, we have to understand this. You see the noose tightening around people's necks. You can't, first of all, Tornado Cash is now being considered outlawed. So now we can't go ahead and, let's say, roll crypto through and then change it to a different address and then move on and kind of hide it. Now the IRS has hired 86,000 agents. They're saying half of them are just going to go after crypto, related issues that people are not, putting on their income tax. New IRS agents, some are armed with guns. Oh yeah, I saw that article. Armed with guns. Man, how crazy. The IRS is buying guns to actually make their agents, more secure against people who are going to shoot at them. And unfortunately, they've been discharging their guns at a higher rate than they've been shooting at people because they just don't know what the hell to do. So, yeah, thank you very much, Emmy, for saying that. It's just, it's becoming a complete joke. Who the hell wants to, it's not the agency that needs guns. I mean, let's be very honest. It's just stupid. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to go to something way more intelligent, which is crypto dick butts, okay? The Ethereum blockchain surged 980% in daily sales. They were number 1 or 2. And yes, look at these little creatures that are out there. I mean, couldn't you just fall in love with a dick butt? Okay? I don't know about you, but this is the weirdest thing I've seen in quite a while. But then again, there's a lot of weird things coming out that are NFTs that people are buying. The floor price of Series 3 dick bucks climbed as prominent influencers shilled their dick butt bags. Let me say that again. Shilled their dick butt bags and praised CBD community. Wow. 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 Next, let's go to some people let's go to some influencers that actually help us out. I love Dr. Parikh Patel. I mean, I don't get this guy. This guy's some of the funniest shit on Twitter. He writes, Alexa, define a pump and dump scheme. And this is what, if you guys go back to my Saturday opinion piece on the worst celebrity endorsements in crypto of all time, well, he picked up on it, and look at this. I love it. This is a very funny post. It happened yesterday at 8:21. I did report that Mark Cuban had the worst pump and dump of all time. He just had an interview on Altcoin Daily, which I considered one of the worst interviews of all time. He didn't even know what he really owned. He couldn't even say their right names. And I think he's just trying to bullied them to think that he knows what he's talking about. Dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not even sure why you're even talking about crypto, Mr. Cuban. I love you on Shark Tank, though. I love you on Shark Tank, hate you as a crypto analyst, investor. Next. Well, let's go over 17 celebrities just got warned for letters about shilling NFTs. Yeah, they're getting letters because they're not telling people that they're getting paid endorsements, another paid endorsement. Yet they're telling you, oh, I buy this, I buy that, I do this, I do that. So they got letters. It says a consumer watchdog group reminded them that they needed to disclose their connection with an NFT collection when they promote it on social media. So if I'm a Joe Nobody NFT company or NFT community, and I'm like, hey, I'll give out a free NFT to Celebrity X if they were just to put a blurb on their Instagram or actually on their Twitter. And once they do, I know that it'll immediately be worth more money than, you know, when if nobody were to shill it. And this is what's been happening over and over. They get paid endorsements. They get, you know, so we're just trying to figure this out, but we're finding out that this is happening a lot now, that it's just a pump and dump, right? I pump it to an influencer and when the community rallies around that, and then I go ahead and mint my project and I sell it out immediately and the floor price goes up. Not only is a developer making money when it mints out, they also make money on the secondary market when they turn over and sell and sell and sell. And so it's just another way of really overpricing or pumping up my community and my NFT. And then when it gets to a certain point where I've made enough money, then I just walk away. I drop the mic and walk away from it. It's happened over and over and over. We've seen this. I mean, I'm telling you, I've actually was dumb enough way back in the day to listen to a couple of celebrities. I would buy the coins and then it would just dump on me. I've always said this. If I'm hearing it, you know, and it's been out for a month or two, that means it's all ready to peak anytime I jump into it, because immediately by the time I get into it, it's dumping all over me and I am just a sucker. See, it's written right there, sucker, right across my forehead. Done with those days, done with all the bullshit that's here in the crypto industry. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us. If you want to have any discussion with me, or you have anything that you want to say yourself, go ahead and put it in the comments section. I'm more than happy to go over that with you, or to listen to you, or even to respect your opinion. I know we all have opinions, and so it's nice to hear everyone else's opinion. I know my producer, Emmy, here doesn't have a whole lot of opinions. That was a joke. You guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow.